It is Sunday, August 28th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back with our three favorite picks of the day. We got a favorite team total. We got a first five run line and our favorite no run first inning coming right up.
As always, guys, just do us a favor. Go down and hit that subscribe button, especially if you already aren't subbed. Really helps us grow this community. We've been killing it all baseball season long. It's because of you guys.
And let's hop into a recap from yesterday. Another winning day. Cardinals money line. They clutch up. Shout out Kenley Jansen for the free win. He bet Cardinals money line when he entered in the ninth. Dodgers, Marlins under 7. That was a no sweat bet. And man, that no run first inning, we were one strike away from that sweep. But look, I put on there our fifth winning day in our last sixth. We've only had one losing day since last Sunday. So let's keep getting busy. Let's keep getting active. And of course, like Logan said at the top of the show, hit that subscribe button. We certainly would appreciate it. Yesterday I talked about it. We're donating 10 cents for every new subscriber to St. Jude for every new subscriber we gain in August. We only got a couple more days in that. So hit that subscribe button. A lot of fun content for the college football. Logan brought out the brooms in college football. We'll have some more videos for that coming up. But Logan, it's a Sunday. We're going to give these people some winners. What's your first one?
Yeah, we're going to the Cubs versus Brewers game, divisional game. I'm taking the Cubs plus a half, first 5 run line, minus 110 odds on BetMGM's your best value there. Look, I think honestly the Cubs have a good chance of pulling off the upset today, and I think they do keep it close through 5. I see a lot of public percentages all over the Brewers, and if there's anything I know about the Brewers is that they love to let people down when the public's riding them hard. And today they got Lauer going. Lauer 2.12 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP versus the Cubs in 3 starts this year. So you look at those numbers and you're like, that's pretty solid, right? And that's decent. But Lauer is prone to giving up the deep ball. He gives a lot some home runs for sure. He allowed a home run in all 3 starts to the Cubs this year. And then we know the Cubs have a lot of power hitters that can expose. If Lauer's missing his spots, they should and they can take him deep, and I hope they do that today. Look, if you look at Lauer, 11, 6, and 9 Ks versus the Cubs. Those are really great strikeout numbers. And then we know the Cubs do swing and miss a lot, but his K line is set to 5.5 today. Yes, the over is juiced on FanDuel, but I just looked at that and I said, wow. I mean, 2 of those starts, he just absolutely blew that out of the water. So the fact that they think it's 5.5 today, maybe the Cubs do get to him early and often. And the Cubs have been hitting lefties well, right? They're hitting 308 versus lefties in their last 3 games, so they should be able to pounce on Eric Lauer and at least give us some run support to work with through the first 5 innings. Now, for the Cubs today, we've got Adrian Sampson pitching. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run, a .71 WHIP versus Milwaukee, back in his July start. Pretty solid numbers there. I can't complain. I'd love him to duplicate that. Maybe 0 earned runs this time, Mr. Sampson. How's that sound? But if you look at Sampson's last 3 starts, 5-0 and 2 earned runs in those last 3 starts, 3.33 road ERA, a 1.27 WHIP. The 5 earned run type game is not going to help us one bit. That will make this a no sweat bet in the other direction. But if you look at it, just his numbers in total, he's mostly like a 0, 2 earned run type pitcher. That's the start he should be in line for. And what I also like, Sampson 2.96 walks per 9 ratio. It's important to limit those free base runners, especially for Milwaukee, because if they do happen to get a solo shot versus Sampson, I want it to be a solo shot, not a 3-run home run, because he walked a few guys in there. So I like that his walk to 9 ratio isn't, something like 4 or 5, right? We absolutely wouldn't want to see that. Sampson also has allowed a home run, in only 2 of his last 7 starts. That's important for a Brewers team that does extremely hit for power. It's comical to me how much the Brewers do swing for the fences, especially playing at home. Well, he fingers crossed, has not allowed a ton of home runs in those last 7 starts. So, and also, if you look at, if Sampson can keep the ball in the yard, we're looking good to cash this bet, because that's really how the Brewers score and they chase the opposing pitcher. So I do like the Cubs plus a half in the first 5. If they tie through 5, we win this bet, or if they win the first 5, we do win this bet. A couple pathways to victory there. But Austin, what do you got for us today?
So I meant to mention a couple things at the top of the show. We have a couple new All-Stars. We appreciate those All-Stars. Click that join button on the channel below if you want to support the channel just even a little bit more. Diego Young Kim, Robert Lawson, Victor Garza. We appreciate you guys. Also, forgot to say, if sign up for Underdog using code COS or the link in the description for a 100% deposit match, Yesterday's underdog parlay should have hit, and technically the last leg would be Kenny Pickett, which is a free square over 0.5 yards today. Unfortunately, the Pirates they just refused to pitch to Bryce Harper. So yeah, he got 2 intentional walks. They didn't just say, we'll pitch to Real Muto instead, and that was what cost us that one. But for my pick of the day, I am going to the Padres and Royals game. I'll be back in the Royals today, but not on the run line. We'll be taking the Royals team total over 3.5 runs, minus 115 on BetMGM. Now, if you look at, you have a bunch of different sportsbook signups. You got if you have maybe like DraftKings or Caesars, they're all at 3.5. If you look at the FanDuel line, they got it at 4 for plus 104. I probably would avoid that. I do like seeing them have a line there because I consider FanDuel probably one of the sharper books, but I still would probably go to one of these other books. I don't want to take that 4 because obviously a 4 would cash this team total over 3.5. Now let's dive into this line. Right now we get the over under at 9.5 in this game, and the Royals are minus 110, even value on the minus 1 or plus 1.5 run line against the Padres. So the books are thinking the Padres and Royals game is going to be close. We know a lot of people are going to keep riding the Padres because that's what they want to do, but the Royals have been stealing some coin here and there, and they're pitching Sean Manaea today. The lefty, 4.64 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP this year, hasn't been very consistent. On the road, he's been a little bit worse, 5.16 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. In August, been even worse. 6.75 ERA, 1.4 WHIP, and a 301 batting average allowed. Now, the Royals don't have the best offense in the world. I'm not going to come on here and say, I would say they're the Yankees, but the Yankees just lost 2-3 to the dang Athletics. So I would say that maybe they're better than the Yankees these days, but the Royals have the bats to get to opposing pitchers. They've done it time and time again, and it's a Sunday. The Royals are coming out to steal some coin. You look at the last 10 road starts for Manaea. Look at these numbers, 4, 8, 12, 6, 7, 5, 5, 7, 6, and 7. That's a mouthful. Those have been the opposing team's runs in those games. Now, granted, Manaea's not giving up all 12 of those, but he's larger part going to be the guy that's pitching probably 6 innings or so today. That's what his outs line set to. If he pitches less than that, it's probably a good sign for us. You look at once he comes out, that Padres bullpen, capable of selling the game if that's what they want to do. They're middle of the pack in basically every single stat, especially over the last 30 days. And you look especially over the last 30 days, Royals have been hitting better, striking out less versus lefties. This is a team that since they traded Benintendi and Merrifield, team that has been striking out a lot. They have like a 37% K percentage for righties, but only like a 24-ish against lefties. So then they get the Manaea 3.5 runs. One of my favorite bets I ever took was the Athletics over 2.5 a couple days ago, hoping for a little bit of that same magic with these Royals team total over 3.5. Counting on you, Royals. Don't hurt me good. But, Logan, you know what time it is. It's time to grab those flags. It's time to get busy because we are due a bounce back for Nerfy Nation. We're waving these flags today. We got the rock music out in full effect. Got the Nerfy Nation time flag. We're cashing today, Logan. We're cashing hard. And there's a couple we consider, but we got to go to a Nerfy Nation god, if you want to call him that. And Logan will talk about him in a second. But we're going to be going to that Giants and Twins game and taking the no-run first inning, minus 104 on Barstool. Getting good value over there. You look at on the mound for the Twins, will be Mr. Sanchez. 6-3 on no-run first innings. He's actually been worse at home, which is weird enough. So I think he's due a little bit of regression. He is a righty, which is exactly what you want to target against the Giants, or 25th in first inning runs. I was old enough to remember, I swear, the Giants were top 5 in first inning runs earlier on in the season, but obviously been on a cold stretch, and it's not getting any better. Maybe, hopefully today. Oh, give me those 3 out, Sanchez. Who's on the mound for the Giants today, Logan?
Yeah, you mentioned it, a Nerfy god, right? Junis, 13-0 on Nerfies. That record is immaculate, and everybody knows that Junis is really good at Nerfies, so it's a great spot to take a chance with it, right? Minnesota is 3rd in first inning runs. They're such an annoying team in the first inning to bet against. The last couple Twins Nerfies we have bet against have been home runs that have ended us. But you know what? This is Sundays. And the Twins broadcast, brought up how bad and atrocious they play on Sundays. The Twins have lost 4 in a row on Sundays, scoring 2 or less in all 4. If you also look at, the lines, this game's almost a pick 'em. I think the odds makers see that the Twins are prone to also losing on Sundays. So I'm just saying, I think there's a chance, there's a pathway that they're not annoying to us today, and that Junis is able to get through those last 3 outs that we need. I mean, yesterday, rip the heart out. Per usual, 2 outs, bottom of the first, home run.
Don't remind me.
It's been in there all too much. But you know what? I think if Aaron Sanchez is able to get through the top 3, Junis is also able to get through his bottom 3. Over under set to 8.5. I mean, that is a little bit high, but this is a comfortable range we can pick for that value. I'm going to take a chance with Junis.
Yeah, we're going to wave these flags, get on bounce back, and hopefully get that Nerfy Nation win we all deserve. But those are our 3 picks of the day. Like I said at the top of the show, we're kind of in the middle. Have an underdog parlay in the pinned comment section. If you want to sign up using our code COS or the link down below, we certainly would appreciate it. Have a great Sunday. It's Sunday baseball. It always can be a little fluky, so don't bet too much, but we're going to keep getting active. We'll see you guys again on Monday morning. Same spot, same place. We'll see you guys then.